welcome back to my podcast. I'm your host, Esther Kalenzi, and I'm really excited to have you here listening and continuing to interact with our content. So, today I would like us to talk about doing hard things. And as per usual, there's going to be a story in the mix. I remember when I was at university, a marathon was advertised. And to me, it was something so new, an idea that I could never have thought about. By then, I didn't even know that a full marathon, an actual marathon, was 42 kilometers. But the rest, 21 and 10 kilometers, were just additional races. However, I saw 10 kilometers and I was like, that's the one for me. I mean, how difficult can it be? So I encouraged my friends and told them we needed to sign up. They were game and I knew that was sorted. I remember telling my parents and they thought I was losing my mind. They told me all the possible things that could go wrong. And the funny thing is, I also thought them. I actually knew that they could go wrong, but I don't know why I was really adamant on trying this thing. So we signed up. And even though I hadn't run a race in years, I had not exercised, I had not done any form of training, I wanted to participate in this so bad. The only time that I actually did any exercise was the week to the marathon. I jogged a bit, wasn't even counting how many kilometers. I don't even know how long I walked, but I knew for sure I needed to do something. And this convinced my mind that I had actually at least attempted to do some form of training. D-Day comes. I remember one of my friends joking and saying that if things get tight, she's just going to get on a boda to the finish line. That is a motorbike that we use for transport here in Kampala. And I could not even listen to that because I was so convinced that I needed to finish the race the right way. I could not even think about the possibility, let alone even laugh at it. So on D-Day, we got there. It was every bit as excruciating as you can imagine for a body that's completely unprepared. I ran, I jogged, I walked. The only thing I didn't do was actually crawl to the finish line. Eventually, I got there, sweaty, tired, feeling like I was very close to losing my life. But I was really happy that I'd actually done it. By the time I got there, most of the races were done. People had moved on. They were getting a bite to eat, catching up with friends, dealing with any accidents or injuries that they may have gotten. And I remember just a few, maybe 30 minutes or an hour after I had arrived, there was a concert, like a fully blown concert, performances by different artists. Tell me why the person who was going to die just a few minutes before was now dancing and screaming like as if her life depended on it. Yes, that was me. And as I sat there, I realized that there are lots of things that seem quite impossible until we get to them, until we actually start to do them, and then we see that it's actually something that can happen. I definitely don't recommend not preparing. If there's a race, please prepare for it. Don't get up on that day and put on some sneakers and think that magic is going to happen. Naturally, my body paid for it, not just on that day, but on so many days after that. I did learn my lesson, and I've actually been thinking that lately I've started to exercise again. I've started to walk, not even doing anything crazy, just walking. And that alone, for a body that is not used to it, can also start to take a toll. Don't get me started on running. Who knew that you could even run the wrong way? Just one false move and you are already harming your ankle or something. And there's also the possibility of running. If you've run or walked before in Kampala, then you know that sometimes it's not safe. There's not quite the pavements are not really set for this sort of thing. And that's before we talk about the safety, the security, the catcalling, and all the things that come with it. And yet people still go and do this because they want to stay healthy. If you go to a gym, then you know that you might even use the equipment the wrong way and something could happen to you. And already, I'm just trying to stay alive. I'm trying to stay active. Why? Why are these things, why are the weights trying to kill me? And that's the only way that we actually get to what we are trying to achieve. So today, as I was thinking about all of that, I thought, I want to remind you that you can do hard things. And lots of things that have become normal are things that are actually difficult. Giving birth is something that is life-threatening, that mothers go through. They can lose their lives, they can lose the child can also lose their life, both of them, as a result of it. If you've started anything, if you've started a business, you know how difficult it is to be an entrepreneur, to be an honest entrepreneur at that. All of the things that have to come with it, the taxes, the legality, the employees. And that doesn't mean that working in a company is also any easier. You probably have experienced maybe toxic environments and had to struggle to get your way. And yet, many of these things are things that we need to do to survive. Many of these things are things that bring meaning into our lives, but also provide for ourselves and the people that we love. So I don't know what it is that you're doing, whether it is starting, whether it is continuing, whether it's trying to let go of the thing that has been taking away your peace. I want to remind you that you can do hard things. And in the words of the late great Aliyah, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself and try again. That's it for today's episode. I would like you to share any feedback that you will have. I really enjoy hearing from you. You can send an email to yearsofaPhoenix@gmail.com. You can leave a comment. Anything that will get me to know what you're thinking, what your thoughts are, so that we can improve, but also we can grow this community together. And as always, remember to be kind and do good. In case you'd like to support me in any way, there are 3 avenues, the different work that I do. First is 4040, which is a non-profit organization that provides literacy resources for underprivileged children, or any one of the businesses, House of Penda or the Phoenix Project. Feel free to follow us, to purchase something, to donate to 4040, and it will continue to keep us going. Have a beautiful week. Bye.